It's that time of year again. A moment carved out where we can just sit and be. A time to recognize ways in which our lives have changed and how far we've come since the year started. Despite the ongoing unrest and uncertainty we see in our nations and in the world around us, I know there is still much we can be thankful for. So I want to take time to remember and celebrate that today. Will you join me? Let's do this together. In today's episode, I'll share some health Thanksgivings from members of my community on how plant based eating has impacted their body and health. I'll also share one of the key ways my own body has benefited from a plant powered diet lifestyle. So grab your favorite warm cup of tea and let's enter this moment of Thanksgiving together. Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. I can think of no better way to start off this Thanksgiving episode than to thank a listener. So today I want to spotlight a review from a podcast listener with Apple ID 15-Minute Mama. She wrote, "Super simple and great information. Anna does a fantastic job of laying out step by step what you should and should not do when transitioning to plant-based eating. She encourages me and gives me confidence that I can start incorporating more plant-based meals into my diet." Thank you so much for leaving this review on the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm so happy to know that you are finding the episodes on this podcast clear and that these tips and strategies are helping you transition with confidence into a more plant-powered way of life. Please keep listening, and I hope you will be able to gain even more confidence eating this new way. Friend, if this podcast has also helped you in your wellness journey, please take 30 seconds to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. I would love to hear about how this show has impacted you. Pause this episode right now to leave a quick rating and review, then resume listening. Thank you so much for your support of this podcast and in helping it reach more people like this listener who need help and support in their plant-based diet transition. Now let's talk about Thanksgivings experienced in real life by people who have moved to a plant-powered lifestyle. Here's a bit of the backstory first. A few months ago, I made a post within my free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success community on Facebook because I was curious to find out how plant-based eating has impacted the lives of those within my community. So I asked, how has eating plant-based helped you? Share what you are thankful for in the comments. And the responses I got back were so encouraging. Here are just a few highlights from the responses received. One member wrote, "I am not so nauseous." Another lady with initials KH shared, "My knee pain that was due to inflammation is gone. It is easier to maintain a good weight, and I have no more hot flashes unless I eat cheese or have alcohol." This is so fantastic to hear. What another member with initials DB shared was also encouraging. She wrote that since moving to a whole food plant-based diet, she has lost weight, lowered blood pressure, lowered cholesterol, her indigestion is gone, and her husband's ulcerative colitis went away. She shared, "I generally feel healthier. Stopping cheese and candy was the hardest, but it made a huge difference. I also attended a Plant Strong retreat in Sedona, which really reinforced my conviction. It is really amazing to hear of all these positive changes she and her husband have experienced since moving to plant-based eating. Now, I want to share with you one key way my own body has benefited from plant-based eating. I've had gut issues from as far back as I can remember. When young, I would sometimes get sudden bouts of tummy aches and needed to sit for long periods of time in the bathroom at my grandma's house, rubbing my tummy to ease the aches I felt until I felt better. I never knew why I would have these sudden, unexplained bouts of tummy aches and loose stools. In adulthood, I still experience random, unexpected moments of loose stools or diarrhea, with each experience lasting a few days. There was also a point in time, spanning a few months, when I saw blood appearing quite frequently with my bowel movements. I was living in the UK then, and the GP or family doctor I saw about this thought it was due to hernias. So I started using stool softeners, even though I never had issues with constipation. It was all really puzzling. A few years after that, I even endured a colon cleanse and got a colonoscopy done to check things out, but the results were inconclusive. Then fast forward to now. Since eating a whole food plant-based diet, I no longer seem to have these gut issues. Over the last few years, I've noticed that I don't have blood in my stools, no stomach aches, and I hardly ever get diarrhea now. And I definitely have no constipation issues. I'm grateful to have a stronger functioning digestive system, and I know my gut microbiome is also stronger and much healthier now. Friend, if you've been listening to my podcast and exploring the idea of plant-based eating for a while now, trying to decide whether you should make a diet transition, I want to say this to you. After hearing these Thanksgivings shared by those within my community, I want you to imagine what your own story can be like. Think about how you might benefit and how your life may change if you moved into a plant-strong lifestyle centered around nourishing whole plant-based foods. My friend, I hope you will consider giving eating plant-based a try. Treat it as an experiment on your body if you want, for 90 to 180 days, and see the difference it can make to how you feel and how your body is functioning. If you would like help in moving easily into an energizing plant-powered way of eating to help lower your cholesterol levels and balance blood sugars, reach out to me using the contact options in the show notes, and let's connect. And for those of you who are already transitioning into a plant-based diet, I'm cheering you on as you continue your wellness journey into the best plant-powered health. I look forward to one day sharing your story on this podcast and hearing how eating plant-based has helped you personally in your mind, body, and spirit. My beloved listeners, thank you all for joining me today in this moment of taking a quiet pause. I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please take a moment to rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or on iTunes. Knowing how this podcast has made a difference in your life never fails to light me up. I may also select your review to be read on the show. Remember that moving to plant-based eating can be simple and doable, even with your existing health challenges and busy lifestyle. If you have a plant-based diet question you'd like me to answer on this show, share that question with me using the contact options in the show notes. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to connect with you again in the next episode. Until next time, keep plant-focused and thriving, my friend.